Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Play Football Manager 2016 Part 5 with Fulham. And this is, well, now we're in the start of February. The transfer window has closed and we've done some business. I'll go over that in a couple of moments. First things first, we've got to go over the fixtures. So in fact, before we do that, I'll show you the league table. We are still second, so we're still in the chat within a chance of getting promoted in first or second place. Obviously the playoffs would still be nice, but obviously, of course, you want to be promoted in the top two. That would be very, very nice indeed. I think first things first, I should probably go over transfers. That's the most important thing. And yes, you did see Bastost. I did try and get Bastost on loan. He unfortunately turned us down. So did Sergi Canos at Liverpool. I can never say this guy's name. Ramiro Funes Mori at Everton also was available on loan, turned us down. And I've also signed this guy here, Ross Matthews. I'll just go over him very quickly. He's not actually at the club, so that's why I'm doing him separately. He is actually going to be signing in the summer. There wasn't any option in the contract. I don't know if it was because I was doing it at the time, or there wasn't an option in the contract to loan him back to Wraith Rovers here. So I ended up thinking, well, I'm probably not going to play him in the first team this season. I might as well just delay it until the summer. It's the same thing as having a loan back, essentially. So so that's him. So he's not really relevant at the moment, but we'll see him next year, just making you aware. So these are the players I've sold. No one in particular of note here, apart from Vosser up here. So for £1 million, also sold Ashley Richards, who gave in some dreadful performances. He was moaning, saying, oh no, I want to play first team football, you're not giving me enough. So I said, okay, here you go. And he was getting average ratings of like 6.2, 6.3, 6.4. Not really ratings you want to see from players who are playing for their first team lives. So players were bought in. Then we had a budget of about, I think it was 4 million, but again, I didn't want to spend it because I've done that before where I've spent the whole budget and then it's either, you get injuries or it can just cause real financial problems. Generally, I don't know how that is the case, but it does. It's like you spend 5 million. Well, there's 5 million that could be put elsewhere in whatever region, or it could mean the wage budget gets bigger over a longer period, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up, but I don't like to be reckless. The game has taught me not to be reckless with your money. So the three we've brought in, Dwight Gale. I was going to sign him in the summer. However, Palace wanted a bit more money. I was able to get £1 million for him. I think that's about right. He's worth £1 million. He scored a goal for us. He hasn't been particularly great, but he hasn't played much. So that was right at the start of the month. I better start playing him, actually. Problem is, Woodrow and Ross McCormick, there we go, was getting a bit, they were getting really into form, so I've not really had a chance to play him or Smith or even Gary Mackay-Steven here, who has only just come in. I brought him back for Fulham. Of course, if there are any Fulham fans, you will know he actually signed for Fulham. From Liverpool. I actually had no idea. And yeah, he obviously played for Fulham, didn't actually play, and then went back to Airdrie, and then Dundee, where he's starting to make his name. Celtic then bought him, and I thought for £300,000, it's worth a punt. He's got good flexibility in terms of his positioning. He can play a number of them. I think it's all right, and I always like my wingers, as I say. Speaking of which, I took a punt on this guy. I don't know how good he's going to be, but for the sake of £20,000. Ruben Noble Lazarus. So many great double barrel names in football nowadays. It's fantastic. You're starting to see the impact of the money men and their children coming through, probably. You've got this guy, 22, signed, as I say, for £24,500 from Rochdale. His potential is decent, but the problem is he's 22, so he probably isn't going to hit it. But for 20 grand, it's worth a punt. I just wanted to see how he'd do. Probably is going to be the most shrewdest signing in the world, but it was worth a go anyway. So the fixtures then. So we lost 2-0 to Bolton, and again we bounced back from a pretty crap defeat as we played Derby away, and then is the game we're going to be playing next at home this time. I was on Boxing Day, and we won 2-1. Corley Woodrow with a man of the match performance, scoring in the 82nd minute. I'll show you the goals. This was big as well. It was us and Derby. Bolton, obviously, with the 3 points they got from us, started climbing the table. A lovely header there from Woodrow, who's really playing into this target man role. I didn't even know he was that tall. To tell you the truth, I didn't realise how he was much of a target man, but apparently he is. And he's played into this really well. He's still obviously learning. He's still young, so obviously he's not going to put in immaculate performances every week. But it's very encouraging to see, and I'm really enjoying Woodrow at the moment, especially him with Ross McCormack. Fortunately, Joe Lewis here, this goalkeeper on loan, who I think there is a game later on where I just get fed up with him. I'm just like, no, not playing you anymore. Lonergan, my third choice, is promoted to second choice. You're on loan. You're completely hopeless. Go away. Is essentially what happened. I can't remember which game it was, but we'll probably see it in a moment. But lovely stuff here from Luke Garbutt. And then Woodrow, difficult angle as well. Lovely header, 82nd minute. And that was the game. So that was a huge win. Really held out here. And then 0-0 against Rotherham. Not much really to say here, but this is what I mean. Matt Smith played pretty ineffective. Scott Parker got himself sent off. He has pretty much guaranteed he will not play for me again, or only will play if we really, really, really are desperate. He's just rubbish, I've got to be honest. He's complete crap. 35 years old, he's on pretty high wages. I need to get rid of him for the Premier League. If what that is, if we get there. Not counting any chickens yet. 1-1 against Sheffield Wednesday. Ross McCormack scoring again in a pretty average performance, but we keep pulling these goals from the back. I can't imagine how many points we've rescued from goals we've scored in the last 10 minutes. But here we go again. A lot of this direct play, which you end up having to play when you have a Matt Smith or a Woodrow, and it kind of forces your hand a bit. You can't really play short passing on the floor play with the target man. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, as you can see, Woodrow 6.2 there, but McCormick with a nice finish, lovely ball in, and got the goal. Then we played Barnet in the FA Cup. We're actually into the 5th round. As you see, we beat Wolves as well. We'll get to that in a second. We beat Barnet. Jack Grimmer scored. Ryan Tunnicliffe came in and is starting to really play well. He's not a bad player for this level. I can't believe I didn't utilise him earlier, to be honest. He scored. Kearney scored. And Dembele also scored. So Jack Grimmer, if you did watch the Derby save, what was it, Derby? I still can't remember which one it was. He was in my old team, of course, on the FM15 save, but he's alright. He's done pretty decent in this game. And then 3-1 against Wolves. So these three little horrible away games actually managed to win. 3-1 against Wolves, Tunnicliffe scoring again, Woodrow and Dembele. And then Woodrow and McCormick scoring against Huddersfield, 2-1. So very happy with that. Again, and we didn't score early this time. A lot of yellow cards. We do seem to rack up a lot of yellows. I don't know. I haven't got to get stuck in on. I don't know why. Maybe I just have a lot of players who are generally aggressive or something. I don't know. And then we had a ding dong against Hull. This was crazy. Abel Hernandez suddenly became Lionel Messi, and admittedly Dan Burn scored for us in the 90-something minute. But I played Noble Lazarus here, and he was terrible. I brought Dwight Gale on, he had no impact really. It wasn't a particularly great game, but so the defence just could not cope with Abel Hernandez. He obviously scored a hat-trick, as you can see, and he was immense for some reason. I can't work it out. Then played Wolves again, and Gale got his first goal, which I'll show you, and also Matt Smith, it turned out to be the winner, Dwight Gale there. As you can see, they had considerably more shots than us. Everything's just going against the grain at the moment. It's sort of some days you get it, some days you don't, and this appears to be the one. Let's see, I'll show you Dwight Gale's goal here. I don't think it was from this corner. Let's have a look. It's Dwight Gale for £1 million. I know some of you are going to be going, what is wrong with you? Why on earth do you sign him? It's just I need an alternative. Obviously, we saw earlier McCormick got injured earlier in the season. He scored for us. He got us through to the next round of the FA Cup. I'm not arguing. And then this is a game where just everything went wrong, and it was just an unmitigated disaster. This was horrible. 2-0 against Blackburn. We just seem to lose dodgy little away games like this. Away at Burnley. It seems to be Lancashire. We don't like Lancashire. Blackburn away, Bolton away, Burnley away. Let's see who else. Hull away, that was always a hard game. And Cardiff away, them sort of upper mid-table teams, they're always the hardest. And you find these types of games. I only think these exist in the Championship. You know, sort of really hard away games that you think you have a chance, but then just get blown away. They only seem to exist on Championship, probably because of the calibre of teams and the amount of said teams. I mean, you get them in the Premier League, you get them in any league, but there just seems to be more of them in the Championship, probably because there's more teams. But I don't know, it's the really tricky, horrible little games here, like Blackburn. We've got a horrible little run here as well. Got Bolton away in the FA Cup, which is never going to be easy. Away at Leeds, who... Where are Leeds now? They're still in a relegation zone. I think they've sacked Steve Evans. Yep, they've brought in this guy. Chiellini strikes again, I guess. Preston, Cardiff, and Rotherham, Brighton. I can't believe Brighton are down there. That goes completely against everything in real life. But this is a horrible little run here. This QPR, Bolton, Leeds, even Middlesbrough. That would be kind of tricky. But yeah, this could be that's the make or break moment. But we start it with first versus second. I'm going to treat you to this one. Richard Stearman, unfortunately, is out injured. He got himself injured last game, so I've got to play Bodgerov. Not ideal, I know. And also, oh no, Scott Parker, that's not good. I have to play out 20 Cliff's absolutely knackered. As you can see, the squad, the tactics screen here has decided to work, which is good for once. I might have to play Parker. That's not good. Okay, fine. He has one final chance in a big game play. As you can see, the morale is slowly dropping, which isn't good. I went back again. I've started to tinker with the team instructions. It is just, in your first two seasons, I find that, especially with a team you don't know, I mean, obviously if this was Liverpool or someone, a Premier League team, I would probably be a bit more tactically aware of what I wanted to do. But with Fulham, I'm still trying to learn the team, trying to learn the players. So I'm still tinkering with it and trying to get what's best for everyone. So we're gonna, let's see. Yeah, I think that's everything. So we'll go in then. Scott Parker's lacking in match sharpness. Well, I'm happy that it tells you that, but I can imagine over a long period that's going to get annoying. Yeah, that's the first door problem, I guess. So they've got Tom Ince playing. There's Hendrick, who scored against us last time. Who else? Weimann. Andy Weimann, here it is. The Austrian former Villa player, of course. So would a point be okay here? I think it would. Obviously, it's first versus second, but really we don't want to lose it. However, morale is down, and when I think morale's actually underrated on this game. It can really win you games before they've even kicked off. Personally, certainly if you're a good team. But here we go. Can we get an early goal here? Here's Garbett. Goal crossing. Crossing just in football in general is just annoying. Liverpool's crossing in real life is got to be the most frustrating. If you haven't watched Liverpool recently, I do urge you to watch them either against probably Rubin Kazan on Thursday. I think I can't remember when. I don't know when this has been uploaded, but certainly Rubin Kazan in the Europa League. Watch how they cross. It's appalling. What's not appalling, however, is Ross McCormick's finish. That is his 11th goal of the season, and we are 1-0 up against Derby. Excellent start. Did see it coming. And now I imagine probably should change instructions, as Derby are going to come at us a little bit more. See, I don't know what to change to. No, I'm just going to leave it for now. But the thing is, I know I need to change, but I don't know what to. Because I can just sense Derby are going to score. Especially when you have some... Oh, that's better from Bodgerov. That was a chance here for McCormick. Gets the ball in. Woodrow. One of the problems with 2D Classic, of course, is you can't see in terms of ball height. So it's sort of like when you're watching football and a ball, the angle plays tricks on you. That sort of TV stand angle always plays tricks on you. It's similar to this, except obviously you can't judge height. But Luke Garbett, of course, playing as a left winger. I think he'll be might be wide midfielder actually. And that is one of the worst balls. What on earth was that? He just played it straight to the Derby player. What is he playing at? Bodgerov's one of those players who can be very good on his day. However, he can also lose you a game. Christensen, oh there you go, Andy Weimann. Christensen was terrible in the last game against Blackburn. His marking was all over the place. His passing was terrible. I just get the sense that he's not a very good passer of the ball. Jeff Hendrick there with a shot, good save by Bettinelli, who is now pretty much back to full fitness, I think, or he's getting there. Fortunately, not a good kick. I need to stop one thing I needed to stop, especially with, who was I think it was Newcastle or Aston Villa or someone on FM15. In fact, just generally, Football Manager, take that back, just almost every team I've managed, always want the goalkeepers to take short kicks because they're just absolute lotteries. And 99 times out of 100, you're not going to, unless you have like Manuel Neuer or someone, a genuine top quality goalkeeper, and that's 2-0. No, it's not, it's offside. Goal kicks are not going to go. I just find that most of the time goal kicks get intercepted by the opposition. So why are they any good? and very, very, very occasionally, one of your players might get a flick on and it might lead to a goal. But it just seems to be that players or the opposition players will intercept the ball far more often than your players will win it. I don't know if that's just like an illusion or something, but that just seems to be the case. Right, Derby on the Woodrow doing some defending. Fantastic work from the young man. Lots of highlights. This is a bug here. Look at that. There's some reason. Oh, Bodgerov. Do you see what I mean? Good save in the end by Bettinelli. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that little ball track there. I don't know what that's about. I mean, obviously it's a bug, but I don't know why it's done that. Strange. Again, Scott Parker having an absolute horror show. Well, it's not a horror show, but poor game. Certainly 6.3. Anything and below 6.6. 6.6 is average. You're not doing anything particularly badly, but you're not doing anything really to influence the game, or you're having a positive impact. 6.5. Anything from 6.5 or below, I always say that you're having a negative effect on the game. 6.5 being generous. But certainly anything below that, you're having a negative influence on the football match. So he might have to come off. I think he's the captain, but he's certainly not playing like one. And don't be afraid to take your captain off. You saw when in the weekend, Jurgen Klopp took off James Milner, vice captain, and Liverpool played considerably better without him. I don't know if that was just by chance, but James Milner, I think, has been terrible. If you follow me on Twitter, I keep slagging him off and saying how rubbish he's been, but he is. He doesn't fit in a Jurgen Klopp system. I just want to make that very clear. He doesn't have great stamina. He doesn't have great pace. Not that you need pace to play in a Jurgen Klopp team, but obviously it'd be handy. But he certainly doesn't have the stamina. Within about 10 minutes, honestly, in that first 10 minutes, he looked knackered already watching that game. So yeah, he certainly doesn't fit. And speaking of players who do not fit in this team, Scott Parker, I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. He's got to go. His contract, not Dwight Gale, sorry, Tony Cliff, right? He's tired, but he'll be on about par with everyone else, so he'll have to do in terms of their fitness and so on. I can't do Scott Parker anymore. Right, we're going to move to control and see what that does. Just see if we can have a little bit more of the ball, because Derby were having far too much of it for my liking, and there's them stupid long balls again. I just wish there was an option or an instruction which is just keep it on the floor. Don't put the ball in the air. Don't do any little lofted stupid ball like this. I just want play like that. I mean, obviously that's that is incredibly nitpicky. Of course you can't say, but I just wish there was an instruction. Hey, I don't even know if it's technically possible for a Sports Interactive to do this, but keep it on the floor, pass it, not even tiki-taka style. Just don't put it in the air when you're passing the ball. When you're going to attack, for the majority of your attacks, keep it on the floor. Now I know you can. There probably is one like that, or there are instructions you can utilise that'll stop that, or make that happen. But I wish that was a bit more clearer. If there is a way of doing that instantly, let me know. There probably is. I'm just not aware to it at the moment. So it's been cagey, this game. Goalkeepers. Why do goalkeepers keep getting injured? Please tell me if this is happening to you, because clearly it's very easy for me to say it's a beta, it's a bug, but come on. This guy's been in. Let me just check here. Let me go on his profile. Shit, if I just brought on. Oh, that's sorry, Derby. I still thought I was Derby then for a second. You just can't shake that. Let me just say, is he injury prone? No, he had one injury. He had a hip injury in 2011. But look at this. This is since I started the game. My goalkeeper's had five injuries. Sorry, 4 injuries. If you did exclude that, sorry. I don't think I've ever had 4 injuries to a goalkeeper in any Football Manager ever. I think I've had maybe 3 over 4 games, as in Football Manager 2011, 12, 13, 14, something like that. That has to that's got to be toned down. I don't believe that for a second that keepers can get injured that much. Right, okay. What else can we do here? Ream is not particularly having a great game. I feel as if I should bring Garbutt back, take Ream off, bring Kacaniklic on. He's 90%, so he should be able to play with relatively few issues. So we've got about 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes now. See this one out. This would be a big win if we could get it. Apologies for beeping if you can hear that. That's not me, that's someone outside. The joys of live commentary. Oh, well, the game has really moved on here. Now, I'm thinking about maybe going a bit more defensive, but here's a chance possibly for Kacaniklic. McCormack. It's a penalty. Richie Keogh has brought down Woodrow, and he's already on a yellow card as well. He's got to go, surely. It is a second yellow card. And here is the chance then. Cauley Woodrow to probably seal the 3 points for us against Derby, who are top of the league. Cauley Woodrow, great penalty, son. That's his 12th goal of the season. Right. Just to chill everything out, just slow down, calm down. Just can't think actually. Stick to position, just calm it now. The game will probably just see it all out now, to be honest. It will probably skip over 10 minutes, but I know Football Manager, it's not one to always do that, see? But I mean, we might have more chances here, but it could equally be for Derby. See, look at this. They start with the possession. Anytime, it's always whoever starts with possession. Good header by Garbutt there. So there's, 10 minutes if you include added time. And there's Vyman. Oh my God, he's hit the bar and it's somehow gone in. Right. I just knew that was going to happen. So obvious. Right, okay. Deeper. Let's hit deeper. Fairly not waste time. Let's go back to balance. Flexible, sorry. Keep closing down. Okay, that's fine. We should hopefully... I'm not going to go to contain. We don't want to go mad. And what's the first thing he did? He just launches it right at a Derby player. That's fantastic. I mean, why would you even do that? And all of a sudden, again, they're not keeping it on the floor. They're sort of hitting it in the air. That's better. It's a better pass. Chance for Woodrow. Oof, well, he's offside. Not a bad save by Grant in the end. But look at this now. It's just... so obvious. It was so predictable. I was even saying it just as the build-up. Right, contain. 5 minutes or so if you include added time. Play even safer. Right, see this damn game out. 3 minutes, yes. God. It's going to play the whole injury time, isn't it? Of course it is. Woodrow, got to keep the ball. Yeah, as well done. I should know actually how young this team is. I never realised how young it is. Right, Vyman. As you can see, I'm trying to make conversation because I'm incredibly nervous right now. Good block. I think McCormack could have got to that, to be honest. It's running through. That's 2 minutes. 1 minute down, 2 minutes to go. Here's Tom Ince. Goalkeeper's easy. Right, Bettinelli. I can't believe the injuries. I'm absolutely staggered by that. Please tell me that's something you're experiencing as well, and if so, it likely is a bug. Not saying it is. It likely is something that Sports Interactive can do something about. If your keeper is being injured, please do tell me in the comments. Or have noticed a rise in number of injuries to goalkeepers. Woodrow and Christie with a foul. Right, 30 seconds to go now. Surely that's it. Surely Garbutt. Why couldn't they just play? I wish there was another option. There's another one. I'm apparently putting together a wish list. Put it in the corner flag. Why? I know that's not that goes against everything Football Manager stands for, but that would be great. And we've done it somehow. in the last 10 minutes there. I think I tell you what, if they had 10 men, that could have been absolutely horrible, really horrible to watch. But go back top of the league. QPR move into second. Now Derby has slipped down to third, but Corley Woodrow with the penalty there, that was proved to be the game winner in the end after Vyman clawed one back. So we've gone top. Bettinelli will be out for 1 to 2 days. Big deal. Great start it was, actually. So yeah, that was fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. And 30 games down, I think that's, how many is there? 46 usually, isn't there? Yep, 46 games, so 16 games to go. It's good. We're in a good position. Still only 6 points ahead of Blackburn, who are in 6th there. Look how close that. Oh my god, yeah, look how close that is. Jeez, I've only just saw that now. Burnley 54, Derby 54, QPR 54, Fulham 55. That is perilously close. I know the Championship has been like that for the last few years, but my god, that's unbelievable. Right, thank you very much for watching. Here is an overview if you'd like to have a look at that. In fact, also very quickly, we're going to have a look at the Premier League. This is how it looks. It's very strange. City and Chelsea at the top. I mean, why are Chelsea up there? That's ridiculous. Liverpool in 3rd, Arsenal in 4th, Man U in 5th, Norwich bizarrely in 7th, Newcastle in 8th, Watford 10th. Who else have we got there? Swansea. I think probably the weirdest one, seeing Swansea down there in 18th. Firmino is top goal scorer, Hazard 15 and Pella on 14. Ozil, Hazard and De Bruyne in terms of average rating. And yeah, that's that. In terms of fact, also, I'll show you the Champions League. Let's see how we get on with that. So this is the knockout round. So Arsenal are going to take on Real Madrid. Actually, you can have a look there. I won't need. That's Borussia Mönchengladbach. In case you're wondering, I still haven't got any name packs. I haven't got any face packs. I haven't got any badge packs on. Yes, that's why. I'll get them once the full game's out, or in the coming few days. So please bear with me on that one. Lee Griffiths has the same amount of goals as Sergio Aguero. Incidentally, I don't see Celtic in that. They must have got knocked out. Let's see. Apologise for my squeaky chair making a lot of noise. Where are Celtic? I can't see them. Oh, there they are. Oh, they actually never won the game. So Griffiths got 6 goals. I mean, I actually want to see this now. Wow. Well, they got battered 4-0 by Galatasaray. What happened there? Must have been in the qualifiers. Yeah, they must have got a fair few. Oh, fair enough. Anyway, that's enough for me. I'm rambling, so thanks for watching. I will see you, I think, for... What's a good game? I think the Burnley game might be quite good. Or Birmingham. Maybe a derby against Charlton. Or maybe there's MK Dons. I'll have a think, and I'll join you probably in the next 6 to 8 weeks in game time. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.